Stand by all systems. Now approaching destination. Prepare landing sequence. Control operation normal. Roger for initial orbit. All systems go in 5, 4, 3, 2... Countdown interrupted. Gravity detected. Navigation malfunction. Hold on to your space helmet. This is not going to be pleasant.
What are you looking at? Hey, you go get yourself chased million light years across the galaxy and see if you bring in your space buggy in one piece. See, we got problems, pal. I'm talking zombie dinos, capiche? They're right behind me. What? Did you think I was kidding? Now listen up. This ain't no plaything for small fry. This is a time machine. You and me, we gotta save the planet. My name? Well, ever since the brain blobs turned me into a dino droid, folks have been calling me Dexter. You? I'm gonna call you... Rocket Scientist. Yeah. Now you wanna know how this thing works, Rocket Scientist? Well, all you gotta do is learn to push a few buttons. Uh-oh, looks like we have company on this channel.
Me name is Harry the Harrier, fool. I come from Zeltoid, with the aliens to rule. I've learned trickery from Henry VIII and more, and I lead the brain blobs with a vengeance in store. I've traveled in the time machine a zillion more years than you. And though you may have it now, what good can you do? We've captured the dinos and brought them into today. Unless you move quickly, there'll be little more to say.
Okay, here's the deal. If you don't know how this contraption works, select this button, and I'll take you through the ropes. If you want to learn more about the dinos we're going to track, select this button, and Machine Mind Sheila will open her memory banks to you. If you're ready to kick some brain, select this button, and we're off to the jungle. Trust me, the CDI time machine is mega easy to use. Once you get the hang of a few main buttons, it'll practically run on autopilot. Of course, knowing stuff about dinos will still be up to you.
Anytime you need help, select the H button. A list of help topics will appear. To look through this list, click the arrow buttons above or below the window, and it will move up and down. To exit help, click the Map button. You may want to look at the diagram on the quick reference card while you listen to help. To play the game, you must do the following. 1. Click on a time period with Dexter's paw. This will take you to the time period map. This map is divided into squares. 2. Click on the gruntometer to point you towards the map squares that have clues. The compass arrow will lead you in the right direction. The other arrow will help you figure out how far away the clue is. 3. Click on a map square to look for a clue. If there is a clue in the square, the game will wait until you find it with Dexter's paw. When the paw flashes blue, click Action button 1 to hear the clue. 4. Log the clue in the Fact Finder. Look at the 3 Fact Finder categories. Find the one you think the clue is about. Click on that category. Within the category will be possible answers. Click on the answer you think matches the clue. An arrow will highlight your choice. When you're done, click on the Map button to look for the next clue. 5. When you have collected all the clues, I will ask you to identify the dinosaur. You can do it yourself by clicking on the name of the dinosaur, or you can have me identify it for you, but that will cost you some time. 6. Once the dinosaur has been identified, you need to find it. Use the gruntometer to help you find which square the dinosaur is in. When you find the dino in a standoff with a brain blob, Harry will challenge you with some questions. You must get 3 questions right to save the dinosaur. In each round, you have 24 hours to rescue a dinosaur. If you lose a dinosaur in a round, you can return to that round and try again. You need to save 3 dinosaurs to win the game. For more information on specific parts of the game, use the arrow buttons to look through the help list and select the topic you have a question about. The arrows at the sides of the map allow you to move the map left and right. Beneath the map is the Map button, which brings up the map and the gruntometer. The clock tells you the amount of Zelton battery time you have left to rescue each dinosaur in a particular round. Any time you wish to end the game, click the Q button. Use the gruntometer to decide which square you wish to explore. By clicking the gruntometer, you will hear a dinosaur roar. There are 2 parts of the gruntometer that will help you pick a square. The compass gives you the direction. The distance gauge tells you how far away it is. Remember, the higher the arrow on the distance gauge, the closer you are to the right square. That means that if the distance arrow registers at the highest point, you are already on a square with a clue. Be warned, using the gruntometer wears down my batteries and uses up your time. Each dinosaur will leave 5 different clues behind when running away from the brain blobs. Use the gruntometer to figure out which squares on the map have clues. Then, click on the square to get a closer look. If there's a clue in the square, Dexter will not comment immediately. Use his paw to search the area until you find the clue. The paw will flash blue when it's over a clue. Click on the clue and Dexter will give you a hint about what it means. To have Dexter repeat the meaning of the clue, you can click on the clue again. If Dexter says the square doesn't have a clue, click the Map button and select another square. After Dexter has given you the clue, you must choose one of the answers from the Fact Finder checklist before you can return to the map. A list of categories will appear in the Action window. Click on the category you think is right for the clue. When you do, a second list will appear. Click on the answer you think is correct. An arrow will highlight your choice. To return to the map, click on the Map button. If, after finding 5 clues, I inform you that you have guessed incorrectly on any of the clues, you can use the gruntometer to find squares with incorrect answers. Click the Map button to get the gruntometer. Then, click the gruntometer and it will point you toward the squares with incorrect answers. If you are already on a square with an incorrect answer, the distance arrow will register at its highest point.
It is time to time travel, friend. Please select the period you dare to visit.
Not a crook.
You are in luck. According to my sensory circuits, the brain blobs are now attempting to zombify one dinosaur in this time period. Go forth, and be careful out there.
Okay, rocket scientist, that handsome little dino on the map is me. Select the gruntometer for a dino reading, then pick a sector, and I'll check it out. Pal, out here in the Badlands, I'm a lightning rod with legs. Consider me on a cocoa break till the storm is history. This dino tried to pull a Hansel and Gretel, only instead of breadcrumbs, it left a trail of half-swallowed leaf mush. You may think some smart cave folk invented fire, but lightning set blazes like this long before that. Ah, don't worry, the flames always flicker out, sooner or later. This log looks like it got hammered in a game of lumberjack roll by a whole bunch of party animals. You know, if you crawled around like an aardvark and then took to your heels like a Sasquatch, your tracks might look a lot like these. You know, oh, check out the dino kebab. Whatever skewered this sack of gristle knew a thing or two about punctuality. Maybe if there were such a thing as a microscope, we could use it to examine all the emptiness out here.
According to my sensory circuits, the brain blobs are not pursuing that dinosaur. Continue your search for the dinosaur in danger.
This sandstone slab may be cracked, but the dino who camped out on it managed not to grind it into gravel.
I do not mean to trouble you, but you have logged incorrect information in the fact finder. I suggest you backtrack and correct any errors.
This sandstone slab may be cracked, but the dino who camped out on it managed not to grind it into gravel. Not in this county, Moose Breath. Bad move, RS. That lodestone is sending our power pack into a downward spiral.
You may attempt to identify the dinosaur at any time, but be mindful of the wear on my Zelton batteries if you are incorrect. I'm sorry. My sensory circuits tell me that is not the dinosaur the brain blobs are currently pursuing. Depletion to my Zelton batteries is reflected on the clock. I'm sorry. My sensory circuits tell me... I'm sorry, friend. We have run out of time. Even as I tell you this, the brain blobs have swept the dinosaur you were pursuing into the future and are now using it to terrorize society. Here, see for yourself.
St. Louis, Missouri, once a Midwestern haven, now the victim of a sinister attack. What appears to be wreaking havoc here is a beast known as Camptosaurus. Though allegedly peaceful in its own day, this creature is totally berserk.
Come on, RS, you can do better than that. Let's get it in gear, huh?
Not a group on Triassic Quiz and not just the
You are in luck. According to my sensory circuits, the brain blobs are now attempting to zombify one dinosaur in this time period. Go forth, and be careful out there.
Call this dino Houdini, 'cause it had 4 feet going into the stream and only 2 coming out. Call this...
Congratulations! You have collected all the information necessary to identify this dinosaur. Do you wish to spare the wear on my Zelton batteries and identify the dinosaur on your own? The name of the dinosaur you are tracking has been highlighted. Continue onward in your quest to locate it before its mind is zombified by the brain blobs.
My brain blobs and I will provide your demise. That dino is ours, unless you prove wise.
All right, let's kick some brain.
On Saltosaurus's hide, you'd find studs and plates inlaid. Of what sort of substance was this armor made?
Oh, yeah!
Saltosaurus was bulky, quite sturdy, hardly frail. At what average weight did this monster tip the scales? Saltosaurus was bulky, quite sturdy, hardly frail. At what average weight did this
Oh, yeah!
Plateosaurus was of curious dimension. Half of its length was due to what extension?
Oh, yeah!
You have done well, friend. Here, have a look at your own bright future.
Alien brain blobs in the minds of dinos? That's the word in this town tonight as citizens pay their respect to a mystic warrior who's alleged to have visited the past. A tabloid exclusive? Maybe, but don't tell this joyous crowd.
Good work, rocket scientist. That's one blob down, two to squish. Just don't get cocky on me now, huh?
I'm sorry. According to my sensory...
Not a crook. And not just the way.
You are in luck. According to my sensory circuits, the brain blobs are now attempting to zombify one dinosaur in this time period. Go forth, and be careful out there.
Yuck! This spider web is drenched in dino drool. Course, if a crowd had sniffed it out, there wouldn't be a sliver of it left intact. You think Jaws had a set of chompers? He'd have been in mighty scary company with whatever belonged to this denture. Sorry, rocket scientist. No news is no clues. These tracks are so shallow I can hardly see 'em. Hard to believe a full-on dino could glide on by like a feather. Hard to imagine a dino could stop here for a drink and not nibble on any of these tasty fern hors d'oeuvres. Real heartbreaker, Dingleberry. You're looking for clues in all the wrong places. Anything that could grab hold of a cycat on the run sure wouldn't need its front digits on the ground. So tell me, who's gonna blow up the balloons when the dinos start eating our lips? Yuck! This spider web is drenched in dino drool. Course, if a crowd had sniffed it out, there wouldn't be a sliver of it left intact.
Congratulations! You have collected all the information necessary to identify this dinosaur. Do you wish to spare the wear on my Zelton batteries and identify the dinosaur on your own? The name of the dinosaur you are tracking has been highlighted. Continue onward in your quest to locate it before its mind is zombified by the brain blobs.
Hey, you want to take a dip in a swamp? That's your business. You send me in, it's gonna cost you on my time card.
That is the dinosaur you have been tracking. My radar indicates that it is very nearby and in great danger. Continue your search and save this dinosaur from the brain blobs.
Ye aren't out of the forest yet, Babbo, for now you face me. If you want to free that dino, answer my questions 3.
All right, let's kick some brain.
Since armor is what brought Ankylosaurus fame, what is the meaning of its very strange name?
Oh, yeah!
The Mesozoic is an era all dino fans know. It dawned about how many million years ago?
Uh-oh.
Stegosaurus was crowned with a row of regal plates. What shape did these noble appendages take?
Oh, yeah!
Labeling a dino can prove a most challenging game. For what in the sky was Styracosaurus named?
Oh, yeah!
You have done well, friend. Here, have a look at your own bright future.
Society breathes a sigh of relief today as an assault on the Earth by zombie dinos has been foiled. Where these rumors originated is anyone's guess, but with so many people rejoicing, it's hard to imagine it could have been a hoax.
Way to go, partner! Save one more dino and the brain blobs get the final boot. Come on, let's finish these rotmongers!
Not a crop. And not just the
You are in luck. According to my sensory circuits, the brain blobs are now attempting to zombify one dinosaur in this time period. Go forth, and be careful out there.
Anything that could grab hold of a cycat on the run sure wouldn't need its front digits on the ground. I'd say there's next to nothing to find here, but there's even less than that. The dino who filleted this torso must have been a walking Swiss Army knife. That catwalk is practically made out of onion skin. Only the dinkiest of dinos could have kept the bottom from falling out. Plenty of prehistoric air around here, and not a whole lot of anything else.
According to my sensory circuits, the brain blobs are not pursuing that dinosaur. Continue your search for the dinosaur in danger.
Most dinos don't just leave their ribs behind. The previous owner of these was the unlucky victim of a munch and run. Dust clouds of that dude can only mean one thing: Stampedomania!
Congratulations! You have collected all the information necessary to identify this dinosaur. Do you wish to spare the wear on my Zelton batteries and identify the dinosaur on your own? The name of the dinosaur you are tracking has been highlighted. Continue onward in your quest to locate it before its mind is zombified by the brain blobs.
That is the dinosaur you have been tracking. My radar indicates that it is very nearby and in great danger. Continue your search and save this dinosaur from the brain blobs.
A challenge I love, so a challenge it'll be. A chump like you couldn't possibly defeat me.
All right, let's kick some brain.
Saltosaurus, no doubt, was protected by size. But what other protection did this dino devise?
Uh-oh.
Weighing large dinos takes thinking, not fun. So how many pounds are there in every ton?
Oh, yeah!
Among its own kind, Ankylosaurus would rate. The Ankylosaur title, based on what trait?
Oh, yeah!
Allosaurus could have bitten through an anteater's nose. But what did Big Al have for weapons on its toes?
Oh, yeah!
You have done well, friend. Here, have a look at your own bright future.
According to dinosaur experts, this city has just miraculously survived what was thought to be almost certain destruction. Ticker tape parades will continue through the night in honor of the invisible time warrior known only as Rocket Scientist.
Not bad, rocket scientist. That's what I call kicking some brain. According to Machine Mind Sheila's sensory circuits, old Harry and his blobs are beelining it back to Zeltoid. Of course, now that the Earth's back to normal, there's no place here for dinosaurs or dinodroids. So, I guess I'm history. Don't worry about me, though, 'cause if your planet hits the wall again, I'll make a special trip back just to bail you out.